You are not in a room. You are not inside walls or beneath a ceiling. You are already somewhere else. Somewhere vast and gentle. Somewhere the air moves like warm honey. And the light does not fall from above. It rises from within. Close your eyes if they are open, or let them soften if they are already closed. There is no need to hold anything. No need to strain or search. The garden is already around you. Not in the distance. Not in the future. But here. Now. The ground beneath you is not solid. Not in the way you expect. It does not resist. It does not push back. It yields, like the surface of a cloud, like the first breath of morning. And as you settle, you realize you are not sinking. You are being held. The grasses around you are not green. They are not any color you have a name for. They shimmer like frost on glass, like light through water. And if you reach out, just the slightest brush of your fingertips, they dissolve, not into nothing, but into mist, into something softer than breath, something that lingers on your skin. The sky above you is not blue. It is not any single color at all. It shifts slowly, like dye bleeding through water. Indigo deepens into violet. Violet softens into rose, gold. Rose, gold fades into the palest amber. And all of it happens without sound, without hurry, without any sense of time passing at all. Because here, time is not a line. It is a pool, and you are floating in it. At the center of the garden, there is a tree, not like any tree you have seen before. Its trunk is not wood. It is liquid, mercury, smooth and silver, and it moves. Not with the wind, but with its own slow rhythm, like the pulse of something ancient, something that has always been here and will always be. The leaves of the tree are not leaves. tiny, glowing, each one no larger than a dewdrop. And they sing, not with voices, but with notes. Notes that hum at 40 hertz. A frequency that settles into your bones, that smooth the edges of your thoughts, that makes everything feel just a little bit clearer, a little bit easier, a little bit more like coming home. The melody has no beginning, no end. It is not a song you listen to. It is a song you become part of. Each note finds its way into you, not through your ears, but through your skin, through the quiet spaces between your thoughts. And as it does, you begin to unravel, not in a way that frightens, but in a way that frees, like threads loosening, like knots undoing themselves. The roots of the tree stretch deep, not into earth, but into something older, something that remembers the shape of your name, something that has been waiting for you. And as you breathe, you feel them, not as pressure, not as weight, but as a gentle presence, a quiet hum beneath your skin, a reminder that you are not alone, that you have never been alone. The air here is thick with green noise, not the kind that blocks, but the kind that smooths, the kind that fills the cracks, the kind that makes the world feel softer. It wraps around you like a blanket of moss, like the first warm day of spring. And as it does, your thoughts begin to slow, not because you are forcing them, but because they are being carried, like leaves on a slow, moving river, drifting, effortless. You do not need to do anything here. You do not need to fix anything. You do not need to change anything. The garden does not ask for effort. It asks for presence. It asks for breath. It asks for the simple act of being. And as you allow yourself to be, you notice something strange. The more you let go, the more you feel held, the more you release, the more you are cradled. The grasses around you are not just dissolving, they are also weaving, not into patterns, but into something deeper, something that looks like memory, something that feels like belonging. And if you watch closely, you might see them not as separate strands, but as threads of a single tapestry, one that stretches back and forward and through, always. The sky above you is not just shifting colors, it is also breathing, not in the way lungs do, but in the way tides do. Slow, steady, unending. And as it breathes, you begin to breathe with it. Not because you are trying, but because it is impossible not to. Your breath finds its rhythm, and the rhythm finds you. And for the first time in a long time, you do not have to think about breathing at all. The tree at the center is not just singing, it is also listening, not with ears, but with roots, with leaves, with the quiet hum of its mercury trunk. And as it listens, it remembers, not in the way minds do, but in the way rivers do, carrying everything without judgment, without resistance. And as it remembers, you begin to remember too. Not with words, but with sensation. You remember the weight of your body, not as something heavy, but as something real. Something that belongs. You remember the sound of your breath, not as noise, but as music. You remember the space between your thoughts, not as emptiness, but as possibility. And as you remember, you realize you have always been here, even when you forgot, even when you thought you were somewhere else. The garden does not judge. It does not rush. It does not demand. It simply is. And in its being, it offers not solutions, but space, not answers, but presence. And as you rest in that presence, you begin to notice the threads that have been tangled inside you, are not being cut. They are being unraveled. Gently, patiently. The unraveling does not hurt. It does not rush. It does not force. It happens like the first light of dawn, like the slow unfolding of a flower. And as it happens, you realize you are not losing anything. You are remembering not who you were, but who you have always been. Beneath the layers, beneath the noise, beneath the weight of every should and must. The tree's roots are not just beneath the ground. They are also beneath your skin, not in a way that invades, but in a way that connects, like the roots of two trees growing toward each other, not because they have to, but because they belong together. And as they touch, something new begins to grow. Not a branch, not a leaf, but a quiet understanding, a knowing. The green noise is not just around you. It is also inside you, not as sound, but as stillness, as the quiet hum of your own cells, as the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat. And as you listen, you realize you are not separate from the garden. You are part of it, not in the way a visitor is, but in the way a river is part of the ocean, in the way a note is part of a song, in the way a breath is part of the wind. The sky's breath is your breath. The tree's song is your song. The garden's rhythm is your rhythm. And as you settle deeper, you begin to notice the threads that were once tangled are now weaving themselves, not into something new, but into something truer, something that has always been there, waiting, patient, kind. You do not need to understand. You do not need to explain. You do not need to make sense of it. The garden does not ask for logic. It asks for trust. It asks for surrender, not the kind that gives up, but the kind that lets go. And as you let go, you feel something shift. around you, but in the world within you. A quiet click, like a key turning in a lock. The threads are no longer tangled. They are no longer knotted. They are flowing. Emrise Black's voice drifts into the space between your thoughts, like a leaf settling onto still water. The words do not rush. They do not push. They simply are, as if they have always been there, waiting for you to notice. You are already here, not arriving, not leaving, but simply resting in the center of this moment, where the air is thick with the scent of warm stone and something older than memory, a scent like crushed quartz and sunlight that has traveled for centuries just to touch your skin. The ground beneath you is not solid, not in the way you expect. It gives, softens, like the surface of a cloud that has forgotten how to float. Your weight sinks just enough to feel the resistance. Not a struggle, but a conversation. The earth pressing back with quiet certainty, as if to say you belong here. Your spine begins to remember something ancient. A slow unfurling, not upward, but downward, as if invisible threads are stitching themselves into the base of your skull, each one cool and smooth like liquid silver. They do not pull. They do not demand. They simply exist. And as they exist, you feel the first whisper of roots. The roots are not made of wood, not in the way you know. They are made of something lighter, something that hums at 432 hertz, a frequency that vibrates through your bones like a tuning fork. Each root is a thread of sound, each thread a question. Where do you end? And where does the earth begin? And the answer does not matter, because the roots are already growing. They slip through the soles of your feet first, not breaking skin, not causing pain, but dissolving the boundary, as if your feet were never meant to be separate from the soil. The sensation is cool, almost electric, like dipping your fingers into still water and feeling the water dip back into you. Your toes curl slightly, not in resistance, but in recognition. The roots move upward now, not through your legs, but around them, like vines of mist. gently around your calves, each one carrying a different sensation. One is the weight of a feather settling on your skin. Another is the warmth of sunlight on closed eyelids. A third is the slow pulse of your own heartbeat, echoed back to you from the earth. And you realize the earth is breathing with you. Your knees begin to feel porous, not weak, not fragile, but open, as if the bones inside them were never meant to be solid. They hum at 40 hertz, a deep, slow, steady vibration, like the resonance of a cathedral bell heard from miles away. The sound does not come from outside. It comes from within the bones themselves, as if they have always been singing, and you are only now remembering how to listen. The roots reach your hips, and for a moment, you feel the weight of your body shift, not because you are moving, but because the earth is tilting slightly beneath you, as if the garden itself is adjusting to cradle you more perfectly. Your breath catches, not in fear, but in wonder, as the roots begin to weave through your pelvis, each one carrying a different memory. Not your memories, but the earth's, fragments of time, like the slow drift of continents, the rise and fall of ancient seas. And you feel them, not as stories, but as sensations. The cool press of deep water against your skin, the slow grind of stone against stone. Your spine is no longer just bone. It is becoming something else, something that remembers how to bend without breaking, how to sway without falling. The roots have reached your ribs now, and each one slips between the spaces, not forcing, not pushing, but finding the gaps, like water finding the cracks in stone. Your breath deepens, not because you are trying, but because your lungs are remembering how to expand, how to fill with air that is not just air, but light, golden, liquid. The light does not come from above. It comes from within, as if your skin has become translucent, as if the sun has taken up residence in your chest. You feel it first in your fingertips, a warmth that is not heat, but something older, something that has been waiting beneath your skin. Your palms begin to glow, not with fire, but with the slow pulse of bioluminescence, like the belly of a jellyfish. Soft, steady, alive. The light moves upward, not in a rush, not in a blaze, but in a slow, deliberate creep, like honey flowing over stone. It fills your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, each joint becoming a node of gentle radiance. You flex your fingers, not to test, but to feel, and the light responds, brightening slightly, as if it recognizes your touch. Your shoulders begin to dissolve, not into nothingness, but into possibility, as if the weight of them was never yours to carry. The roots have reached your collarbone now, and they do not stop. They do not hesitate. They simply flow, like rivers finding the sea. Your neck feels longer, softer, as if the bones inside it have become hollow, not empty, but filled with something lighter than air. You tilt your head back, not because you choose to, but because the roots are guiding you, and the sky above you is not blue, not black, but a slow, shifting aurora. The aurora is not above you. It is within you. It is the light in your chest, spilling upward, filling your throat, your jaw, your cheeks. Your eyes begin to glow, not with fire, but with the soft radiance of dawn, as if the sunrise has taken up residence in your pupils. You blink, and the light does not fade. It simply is, as constant as your breath, as steady as the hum of the anchor. The roots have reached the base of your skull, and for a moment, you feel the weight of your thoughts, not as burdens, but as clouds, drifting, shifting. The roots do not push them away. They do not judge. They simply hold space, like the sky holds the stars. Your mind begins to slow, not because it is being forced, but because it is remembering how to rest, how to be still, how to be. The light in your chest is now a slow pulse, not a heartbeat, but something older, something that has been waiting beneath your ribs. It hums at 432 hertz, the same frequency as the roots, the same frequency as the earth, and you realize you are not separate from any of it. Your breath, the light, the roots, the earth, they are all part of the same song. The wind moves through the garden, not as a gust, not as a storm, but as a slow, steady breath. It touches the crystalline grasses, and they dissolve into mist, not vanishing, but becoming something else, something that can be breathed in. You inhale, and the mist fills your lungs, not with cold, but with clarity, as if each breath is washing away the last traces of separation. The mist carries the scent of the ancient tree, the one at the center of the garden, the one with roots of liquid mercury and leaves that are not leaves, but tiny, singing orbs. You do not need to see it. You do not need to walk to it, because it is already within you. Its roots are your roots. Its light is your light. Its song is your song. The resonance deepens, not as sound, but as sensation, a vibration that moves through your bones, through the roots, through the earth. It is the hum of the anchor, the steady, unshakable presence that has always been there. You have only now remembered how to listen, how to let it move through you, like a river moving through stone. Your body is no longer just yours. It is the garden. It is the tree. It is the earth. It is the sky. The boundaries have dissolved, not into chaos, but into wholeness. You are not losing yourself. You are remembering what you have always been. The light in your chest pulses once, slow, deep, like the heartbeat of the world. And with each pulse, you feel the roots grow deeper, the light grow brighter, the resonance grows stronger. You are not becoming something new. You are returning to what you have always been. Vast. You are already here. In this moment that stretches like the horizon at dawn, where the sky touches the sea and neither moves. Your breath is not something you do. It is something that happens to you, like the tide pulling back from the shore, revealing the wet sand beneath. The air is thick with the scent of salt and green, not the sharp salt of the open ocean, but the softer salt of the shallows, where the water has lingered, where the sun has warmed it just enough. And beneath that, the faintest trace of something living, seaweed, or the breath of a shell, or the memory of rain that fell yesterday. Your feet are bare, and the sand is not hot, not cold, but exactly the temperature of your own skin, as if the earth has been waiting for you, as if it knew you would come. And now that you are here, it rises to meet you, grain by grain, each one a tiny weight, a tiny presence, pressing against the soles of your feet, not enough to make you sink, just enough to remind you that you are standing. The sound of the waves is not a sound. It is a rhythm, a slow, steady pulse, like the beating of your own heart, but slower, deeper, as if the ocean is breathing for you, as if it has been breathing for you all along. And now you can hear it, not with your ears, but with your chest, with the space between your ribs, where the air moves in and out. You are not looking at the water. You are part of it, the way the light is part of the sky, the way the green noise is part of the air, a hum that is not a sound, but a vibration, a frequency, 40 hertz, weaving through your bones, through the marrow, through the spaces between your cells. And it is not trying to change you. It is simply reminding you of what you already are. A being of rhythm, a being of waves, a being of green. Your hands are at your sides, but they are not still. They are trembling, not with fear, but with the effort of holding so much stillness, as if the air itself is too heavy, as if the weight of the sky is pressing down on your shoulders. And yet, it is not a burden. It is a presence, like the weight of a blanket on a winter night, like the warmth of a hand on your back, like the knowledge that you are not alone, that you have never been alone. The clouds above you are not moving. They are simply being, thick and white and endless, like the thoughts that drift through your mind, not trying to go anywhere, not trying to mean anything, just existing, just taking up space. And you realize that you do not have to chase them. You do not have to name them. You do not have to make them into anything. You can simply let them be. Your breath deepens, not because you command it, but because the air demands it. The first inhale is a slow drawing in, like the tide pulling back, revealing the wet sand, revealing the shells, revealing the tiny crabs scuttling sideways. And the air fills your lungs, not just the upper part, but the lower part, the part that rests against your belly, the part that rises like the tide. The exhale is even slower, a long, slow release, like the water returning to the sea, like the clouds dissolving into the sky, like the thoughts dissolving into the green noise. And with each breath, you feel the weight of your body, the solidity of your feet on the sand, the way your bones hold you up. And it is not a struggle. It is not a fight. It is simply what is. You are here, and the earth is holding you. The green noise hums, 40 hertz, a frequency that is not a sound, but a feeling, a vibration that moves through you, like the hum of a tuning fork, like the resonance of a bell, like the echo of your own heartbeat. And it is not trying to fix you. It is not trying to heal you. It is simply reminding you that you are already whole, that you have always been whole, that the wholeness was never lost. It was only forgotten. Your eyes are open, but you are not seeing. You are perceiving. The way the light filters through the clouds, soft and diffuse, like the glow of a lamp through a paper shade. And the colors are not bright. They are muted, like the colors of a dream. The blue of the water is not blue. It is the color of stillness, the color of depth, the color of the space between thoughts. Your hands rise, not because you will them to, but because the air lifts them, like the tide lifting a piece of driftwood, like the wind lifting a leaf. And they float there, palms up, as if offering something. But there is nothing to offer. There is only the act of offering, the act of being open, the act of receiving. The sand beneath your feet shifts, not because you move, but but because the earth breathes. Each grain a tiny weight, a tiny presence, pressing against your skin. And you realize that you are not standing on the sand. You are standing with it. That the earth is not beneath you. It is around you. It is within you. It is you. The green noise deepens. 40 hertz. A vibration that is not a sound, but a presence. It moves through your bones, through your blood, through the spaces between your cells. And it is not trying to change you. It is simply reminding you that you are made of the same stuff as the earth, that you are made of the same stuff as the sea, that you are made of the same stuff as the sky, that you are not separate. Your breath slows, not because you force it, but because the air slows with you. The inhale is a long, slow drawing in, like the tide pulling back, revealing the wet sand, revealing the shells, and the air fills your lungs, not just the upper part, but the lower part, the part that rests against your belly, the part that rises like the tide. The clouds above you thicken, not because they are moving, but because they are becoming. They are not trying to be anything. They are simply being, thick and white and endless, like the thoughts that drift through your mind. And you realize that you do not have to chase them. You do not have to name them. You do not have to make them into anything. You can simply let them be. Your hands lower, not because you command them, but because the air guides them. They rest at your sides, palms open, fingers slightly curled, as if holding something delicate. But there is nothing to hold. There is only the act of being open, the act of receiving, the act of allowing. The sand beneath your feet shifts again, not because you move, but because the earth breathes. Each grain a tiny weight, a tiny presence, pressing against your skin. And you realize that the earth is not solid. It is fluid. It is alive. That the sand is not fixed. It is shifting. It is moving. It is breathing. The green noise hums. 40 hertz. A vibration that is not a sound, but a feeling. It moves through your bones, through your blood, through the spaces between your cells. And it is not trying to change you. It is simply reminding you that you are made of the same stuff as the earth, that you are made of the same stuff as the sea, that you are made of the same stuff as the sky, that you are not separate. Your breath deepens again, not because you command it, but because the air demands it. The first inhale, a slow drawing in, like the tide pulling back, revealing the wet sand, revealing the shells, revealing the tiny crabs scuttling sideways. And the air fills your lungs, not just the upper part, but the lower part. And now, as the words begin to soften around you, like the edges of a dream at dawn, you can feel the resonance humming gently through every part of you. This hum isn't something you have to hold on to or even remember. It's simply there, like the quiet rhythm of your own breath. It doesn't need your attention to keep working, to keep weaving its quiet magic through your muscles, your bones, your thoughts. The healing doesn't stop when the words do. It continues its slow, steady work, like the tide pulling back from the shore, only to return again. The images that floated through your mind, the colors, the sensations, they're all dissolving now, not disappearing, but softening, blending into the warmth that surrounds you. You don't need to see anything clearly anymore. You don't need to focus on anything at all. The darkness isn't empty. It's full of quiet, full of rest, full of the kind of peace that doesn't need light to exist. It's the same peace that waits for you every night. The same peace that's always been there, just beneath the surface of your thoughts. Your body knows what to do with this feeling. It knows how to sink deeper, how to let go just a little more with every breath. The resonance isn't something you have to control or direct or even understand. It moves through you like water through sand, effortless, natural, leaving everything softer, smoother, more at ease. And the more you let go, the more the resonance can do its work, unhurried, unforced, like the slow unfurling of a leaf in the morning sun. This peace isn't something you have to earn, or chase, or even hold onto tightly. It's always here, waiting for you, like a favorite chair in a quiet corner of your mind. Whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling, it will be here, just as warm, just as welcoming, just as safe. You don't have to remember how to find it. Your body will remember for you. Your mind will remember for you. Like muscle memory for the soul. The words are fading now, but the feeling remains, like the echo of a bell long after the sound has stopped. You don't have to listen closely anymore. You don't have to follow along. The resonance is doing its work without your effort. It's like the way the earth holds the roots of a tree, steady, unshaken, even when the branches sway in the wind. And just as the tree doesn't have to think about growing, you don't have to think about healing. It's happening all on its own. This is your time now, your space, your quiet. No one is asking anything of you. No one is expecting anything from you. You can let your thoughts drift, like clouds across a summer sky, moving at their own pace, in their own time. And if a thought lingers, that's okay too. The resonance will hold it gently, like a hand cupping a fragile bird, until it's ready to fly away. The warmth around you is growing deeper now, richer, more enveloping. It's like sinking into a bath that's the perfect temperature. Not too hot, not too cool, just right for letting go. Your muscles are softening, your breath is slowing, your mind is quieting, all on its own, without any effort from you. And the more you let go, the more the resonance can fill the spaces you've made, like water finding its level in a still pool. You don't have to do anything now. You don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to change a single thing about this moment. This is your time to simply be, to rest, to let the resonance do its quiet work. It's like the way the night holds the stars, steady, patient, knowing that everything will unfold in its own time. And just as the stars don't rush to shine, you don't have to rush to heal. It's all happening exactly as it should. The words are becoming softer now, more distant, like the murmur of a stream you can hear but not see. You don't have to follow them. You don't have to hold on to them. They've done their work. And now it's time to let them go. The resonance is still here, still humming, still weaving its quiet magic through every part of you. And it will continue to do so, long after the words have faded, long after you've drifted into the deepest rest. This peace is yours now, to keep, to return to, whenever you need it. It's like a door that's always unlocked, a light that's always on, a warmth that's always waiting. You don't have to remember how to find it. Your body will remember for you. Your mind will remember for you, like the way you remember how to breathe. And whenever you want to return to this feeling, it will be here, just as you left it, just as warm, just as safe. The resonance is settling now, deeper, quieter, like the last embers of a fire glowing softly in the dark. You don't have to tend to it. You don't have to keep it alive. It will burn on its own, steady, unwavering. And just as the fire doesn't need your attention to keep glowing, the resonance doesn't need your attention to keep healing. It's all happening, all on its own, in the quiet, in the stillness, in the deep, deep rest. Your breath is slowing now, becoming deeper, more rhythmic. Each inhale draws in the quiet. Each exhale lets go of anything that's no longer needed. It's like the tide, coming in, going out, coming in again. Each wave carrying away a little more of what doesn't serve you. And with every breath, you sink a little deeper, a little softer, a little more at ease. The warmth around you is growing thicker now, more enveloping, like being wrapped in the softest blanket. It's not just around you, it's inside you too, filling every space, every corner, every thought. And the more you let it in, the more you let it hold you, the more you can let go of everything else. Because this warmth, this peace, this quiet, it's all you need right now. Your thoughts are slowing now, becoming softer, more distant. They're not disappearing, just fading, like footprints in the sand being washed away by the tide. And with every wave, every breath, every moment, you let go just a little more, until all that's left is the quiet, the stillness, the deep, deep rest. The resonance is humming softly now, barely a whisper, but still there, still working. It's like the hum of a distant engine, steady, reliable, unchanging. And just as the engine doesn't need your attention to keep running, the resonance doesn't need your attention to keep healing. It's all happening, all on its own, in the quiet, in the stillness, in the deep, deep peace. You don't have to do anything now. You don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to change a single thing. This is your time to simply be, to rest, to let the resonance do its quiet work. It's like the way the earth holds the roots of a tree, steady, unshaken, even when the branches sway in the wind. 2000 ms. And just as the tree doesn't have to think about growing, you don't have to think about healing. It's happening all on its own. The words are almost gone now, fading into the quiet, into the stillness. You don't have to hold on to them. You don't have to remember them. They've done their work. All that's left is the resonance, the warmth, the deep, deep rest. And it's all yours now, to keep, to return to whenever you need it. This peace is always here, waiting for you, like a favorite blanket, like a door that's always unlocked. You don't have to remember how to find it. Your body will remember for you. Your mind will remember for you. And whenever you want to return to this feeling, it will be here, just as warm, just as safe, just as welcoming, like coming home after a long journey, like sinking into bed after a long day, like finally letting go of everything that doesn't serve you. The resonance is settling now, deeper, quieter, like the last notes of a song fading into silence. You don't have to listen closely anymore. You don't have to follow along. It's done its work. All that's left is the quiet, the stillness, the deep, deep rest. And it's all yours now, to keep, to return to whenever you need it. You don't have to do anything now. You don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to change a single thing. This is your time to simply be, to rest, to let the resonance do its quiet work. It's like the way the earth holds the roots of a tree, steady, unshaken, even when the branches sway in the wind. And drift softly, the light stays,